Tana, so glad this man is back. What does he mean for this team, having Terry McLaurin back on the sign?
He means everything. You know, one of the things that Ron talks about is having those younger guys, you know, mature a little bit. We have a guy that we drafted that we saw him mature each year. Last year, he put up one of those years that now you can actually argue, is he one of the better receivers in this league? So it's great to see a guy like that back.
And you got to reward the guys that play well for you. And again, the leadership, the toughness, all that stuff, in addition to what he puts on film. So let's take a look at that real quick. Let's look at the tape. So Terry's down here at the bottom. And this is something I think is underrated. He's going to run this nice like corner and go. And the ball's a little late getting there. You know what I mean? Taylor gets some pressure. But what I think he does really well, better than almost any other receiver in the league at this moment, is these crazy circus, adjusting for the ball in the air, competing for the football. How tough is that?
I mean, it's very tough. Those are contested catches. Those are 50-50 balls. A guy of his stature you don't normally see come down with many, but he's shown you time and time again, you just put it up in his area, he's going to make it.
And he does it all. He does it all the time. He does it here on this deep ball. And again, so I went and watched A.J. Brown. I went and watched CeeDee Lamb. And he catches the football, Terry does, better than those guys. And I think that's, like, check this right out here. He's going to come across the formation up top into your screen. This guy's hanging all over him. That's excellent concentration. He got to give a little flex to the crowd. Love that. Another thing he does really well, Tana, is he runs great routes.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
And I think he's got great vertical speed. But talk about this route here against Bradbury, who's one of the best corners in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is one of those routes where he showed the guy like he was going. You know, I used to give a guy something more on top of my stems, and right here you can count this as, or call this a comeback, or a flat, you know, corner route or out. And he gave him something inside to get Bradbury to turn his hips, and then he came out and he gave the quarterback a wide open area where he can throw the ball to me. Just pin the ball on me or lead me down the path.
Yeah, and I also love that, like, watch how the DB has to respect that speed. He's able to hit that cut going full speed. Love that. Again, easy catch here for him because he's so good at contested catches. And again, this stem, he's going to stem out or a little out and up. And this route probably looks something like this on paper, but he puts his own little flavor on it.
Got to.
And you love when guys do that, when they get creative with running routes here, a little out, lazy up, and gets that guy out.
See, when you have that kind of speed, you can play with defensive backs like that. And that's one of the things that we talked about now, you know, having a guy that can really get the ball and threaten that defensive back downfield. You're going to see a lot of these guys getting back deeper because they know the potential that the quarterbacks are going to bring with a guy that's fast like Terry.
Yes, and again, we talked about his physicality at the catch point. He's also physical when he runs routes too. So here he is, Lattimore, who again, a guy I have a ton of respect for. Very physical. Him and Mike Evans getting fights every single game. Watch him with this subtle double stick, get the guy turned, beats his leverage, and then physical at the top to create that separation. Again, you know, not a big man, but gets that done.
Yeah, he just make it happen, man. He's one. Right now, you're seeing a guy that just basically he's in his head. He's in the defensive back's heads. He's in his pocket, or you call it in his bag. He's just coming up to the line of scrimmage and just winning, man. That's one of the things Terry's been doing. He's been in his bag for the last few years, just winning every time he get an opponent in front of him.
And you talked about the vertical speed, and he's right here at the bottom. And I don't see this very often, even from really fast guys, just walking off on people. And imagine if that ball's put out in front.
Fly by.
You know, right? And check this out right here. Watch him right here. Look at him. This is Darius Slay. Again, an outstanding quarterback in the NFL. And it's like he's standing still. You don't see that happen. And what does Carson Wentz do for him?
Oh, my God.
Having the ability to push the ball down the field.
Well, first of all, I think one of the things that Carson Wentz is going to bring is the threat of that. So the defensive backs are going to play a little more honest. They're going to back up, knowing you have a guy like Terry back there. So we might see a lot of Terry's work done inside, underneath, you know what I mean? But when you want to get caught snoozing and you want to bring those safeties up, and knowing Terry can go up with the best of them, man, trust me, he's going to have a lot of those deep passes in store for him this season.
Absolutely. And this is another thing Terry does so well. And you mentioned this. He's a special teams guy. He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
That's a safety. This is usually a mismatch in the run game. I love it when receivers block.
Gotta get big.
Gotta get big. I love it.
Bag of has to be, how y'all call it?
I love that because it shows that football is important to him. Football is important to him. When you give a guy that kind of money, you want to see this kind of play from him.
He's a football player. He's not just a receiver.
And then, okay, Tana, we talked about this off. This is my favorite play of last season, not even of Terry's. And again, it shows everything he is. He's tough. He's physical at the catch point. He's got big playability. This is 3rd and short. Game is on the line. They isolate him here, get him the football. Watch this slant here. Not the cleanest slant in the whole world, but holy cow, look at this, like, bam.
Well, Terry just showing these guys, man, look, I come to work every day. I bring my lunch and my hard hat. I ate my lunch already, so now I'm giving you my hard hat, man, and that's what he does.
And it's so nice to have a guy with that character, with that physical skill set back here in Washington. I mean, so happy to have him back.
Welcome back, buddy.